what the coach said.
Okay.
Has he improved? Did he improve in that area tonight?
I thought he could have been a little better with his decision making, but this isn't about Anthony Edwards tonight. Anthony Edwards played great basketball. At some point, Chris Finch got to make an adjustment. You keep rolling the same guys out there with the same game plan each game, and you falling behind 3-0. So at what point are you going to make an adjustment? Not worry about feelings. We can't worry about Karl Anthony Towns' feelings or Rudy Gobert's feelings. They need Naz Reid out there. They need Kyle Anderson out there. And the way you got to figure that out. And he has not done a great job, and he's blaming his guys, and that's not good.
Yeah, and listen, people think, well, A-Rod and my boy Pat think I've been hit hard on the Wolves. I said, yo, man, they've done great. They had a great season. I said, but the way the NBA is played today, if he's playing in our day, it'd have been great. But this is 2024. It's small ball. Now, you can play big ball if you're going to be dominating. They're not dominating. So you can't say, well, if you're going to play big guys, they got to dominate, because we're not going to get stops. We're not going to get stops. You can't have A and B. You can't say, well, we're going to play big and not dominate and don't get stops. And the problem they got, Dallas don't have no big guys they got to stop. So why are you playing two big guys? You got to go small. He's 100% correct. You got to go with Naz Reid. He should have did it sooner, because the game is about matchups. If Karl Anthony Towns, underdog, says what's that number again?
Well,
4 for 32 from three the last 5 games. That makes zero sense. Why are you shooting that 4 for 32? Under no circumstances is that smart basketball. And then people say, well, he's a good shooter. Well, damn, he ain't good now. And you take your big ass down to the box. I mean, that makes zero sense. Why are you shooting 32 threes and you only making 4? Anybody think that's common sense or good basketball is a dummy.
5 for 18 tonight, 0 for 8 from deep. We'll get your thoughts in 1 second, Shaq. Let's listen to some more post-game here as a few players have taken to the podium. Thanks for your patience, big fella. Now, what was on your mind?
I like these guys. They're being nice, but they're not telling the truth. When you have a great 1-2 punch, you want your stat line to be 1, 33, the other guy 33. Karl Anthony Towns has not played well, and he's not stepped up. He's not helped Ant Edwards out. I play with guys that dominate the ball, and you just adjust to the decision-making, because you know what they're trying to do. You know they're trying to help me get to the next level. But as the other player, as the other part of the superstar tandem, you have to do your job. And Karl Anthony Towns has not stepped up. 0 for 8 from 3 is unacceptable. After you shoot 2 threes and it don't go down, take your big ass in the lane and do what Chuck has been talking about. The problem with that, go ahead. No, the coach, putting it on Ant 22. No. When you got a 1-2 punch, both of them have to play great if you want to, continue on and on and on. The problem with that is I actually don't think Ant-Man has dominated the ball. If anything, I think he's gotten off of it too much. He has. Now, Cat won't have the same amount of minutes, seconds that Ant has the ball, because he's bringing it up. But I think when Cat touches the ball, it's actually sticking more than when Ant had the ball. So I don't know. Obviously he needs to get to the rim, but he's just not answering the bell. And this is who Cat's been in his career, where when the going gets tough, they say he'd go the other way. So you got to figure that out. I don't care who got the ball. You can't go 0 from 8 from 3.
I agree with everything. And Chuck said the game is small ball. However, when the Denver Nuggets win an NBA championship, you have to try to build a team to beat the champs. They did that. However, now the adjustment comes. And the one thing about Luka, he reminds me of Dream in this way, Hakeem Olajuwon. The shot that you're trying to make them take, that's the shot they're looking for. So you're saying we can make him spin to the baseline, come back and fall away. That's the shot he's actually trying to get. When we used to throw it on the box and you say, okay, he's going to dream shake and fade out of bounds on the baseline, that's the shot he was looking for. So that's what makes them so hard to guard. And that's why you cannot have them 8 points or less with 4 minutes to go, because the shots now becomes they don't have to rush them. They can get into the shot that they want. You got to get them to be a little impatient when they're down 10 or down 8. And that has been the difference. And I agree with you, Shaq. At some point, we have to see Cat on the podium. He should – you think about this. we saw everyone there, and Cat's not on the podium. That should never happen. It's in the NBA Western Conference Final.
Well, I think the main thing is when you have good games, you run out there, and you have bad games, you hide. You can't ever do that. The media's got a job to do. Because
sometimes they don't ask for you though.
No, they always ask for. They're gonna ask for him because they know he didn't play well. They ask for him, but sometimes guys hide. But that's forgiven. You talk about beating the champs. The coach and the players got to make an adjustment. What worked against the Nuggets won't work against the Mavs. To me, the coach has not done a good job of adjusting. We said from game one, they can't play them two big guys together because the Mavs don't have really, especially they made an adjustment on the drop defense and just the Mavs got a bunch of wide on threes. They just haven't made them consistently. But as a coach, you guys say, hey, you know what? I got to go small. They went small in the fourth quarter tonight, and it was actually pretty effective until the last 3 minutes. So, listen, this is just a bad matchup. I've said it from game one. It's a wrap now. It's going to be a quick 4-0. But to me, the Wolves have not. I think they should start Naz Reid personally and move.
And who are you taking out the lineup?
I'm probably going to take Rudy out. That's not because he can't guard anybody out there.
I'm just asking.
Because to me, Cat, and if I'm Mike Conley, because he's the veteran, he said, yo, man, I want you, don't shoot threes. Go to the basket.
Thank you.
Go to the basket every time or post up. Because, number one, clearly you ain't cold. You froze. I said, but hey, Cat, go to the basket every time. Make them call a foul and try to dunk the ball. Because the thing is, he's bigger than anybody on Dallas's team. He going to have a size advantage. I mean, the closest guy is Gafford. That's the only guy out there really, and he's still too little if he played big. And like I say, man, I think this guy could be so special because to me, the matchup is dictated by who's guarding you. It ain't like if a big guy's guarding you, if Shaq, let's say Shaq was a hell of obviously one of the greatest ever. Hey, shoot threes against Shaq. You can't post Shaq up. But then when they put a little guy on you, you go in the post. The matchup dictates whether you shoot all those damn threes or not. If you got a little guy guarding you, there was a couple times that Luka was guarding him, and he just went and stood in the corner.
We agree.
Listen, I think what it'll also do if you take Rudy out is it'll naturally put Cat in the post because Naz Reid's going to play on the perimeter. And you're not sending Naz Reid to the post. So when you look at the floor spacing, somebody has to go in the paint.
It'll free Ant up.
Absolutely.
It'll free him up for how many more games, though?
One.
That's the key.
One. Okay.
Well, it's too late now. Good point.
Best offensive game of the series for the Dallas Mavericks. They shoot 56%. They were plus 15 or plus 18 from three. They were plus 14 from the free throw line, and they win it 116 to 107. Call you CNN, man. Talk 24 hours a day.
I didn't know we were in last place. Damn.